Today, I'm happy to show you about a very exciting uh, feature that we've added for AutoPay. AutoPay functionality is going to allow you to take payments, one-time payments in the future, recurring billings in the future, and there's lots of different options in there for you to schedule when you want those payments to go through. All right, so how do you set this up? First, we have to go to iPayment settings and then click on AutoPay setup. And what you're going to see here first is the scheduled look ahead formula. So when we create payments schedules to run, we're not going to schedule an endless amount of them to be created inside of your tables and stuff. So we do a look ahead formula that's going to make sure the next 90 days of payments are scheduled for the dates that you want them to run. And how it works is a job queue is going to be set up. It's going to run every morning. And then if the next day, if there are more payments to be scheduled, we'll get those scheduled with your customers. And those are going to be for any new ones that you may have created and didn't schedule, or any existing ones that fall into the formula at that point. You can change the look ahead formula to be a lower number or a higher number if you'd like. Logging, by default, we have this off. What the logging will do is it's going to take additional logging inside of the system. It's going to add a lot of information into your tables when it's run. So by default, we leave it off. If you run into an issue, we would recommend at that point we turn it on and get that log so that we can come in and investigate what might be going on. The autoplay template numbers. So just like when you set up our iPayment system and use the numbering series there for iPay, we like to set up templates for autopay for the templates as well as the plans once you schedule them with the customers. In this example, we just have two. Each of them are called iPay Auto. All right, once your settings are done here, the next thing we need to do is go up and set up the plan template. You can see right now, I've got a $25 monthly fixed amount, as well as, I didn't put the amount in here, but it's a $50 fixed amount for a TV subscription. So let's go look at the TV subscription. In here, the code gets auto-signed based on our iPay auto numbering system. You need to make sure you choose a merchant. And for those of you that might have multiple merchants, you want to make sure that is selected to the proper one. Give it a description. In this case, I just put TV description. I activated it. And then here, it's a fixed amount. I'm going to show you the other options that are available here and describe them here in just a moment. Currency code is only needed if you're using multi-currency and then need to take the payment in a different currency. The amount needs to be in there. And then if you want us to auto send the email receipt. How often do you want the schedule to run? Depending on what you select what day of the month do you want it to run, and then if you want it to end by a certain time. So going back up to the options here, if I click the drop down for the option amount, you can see we have fixed amount, amount due date, amount due document date, and then total amount outstanding. So the fixed amount and the total amount outstanding, those are going to work just like you're taking an on-account payment. So it's going to pull in the amount that's needed, and then you're going to be responsible for going in and applying those to invoices. The amount due with due date and document date work just like when you're taking a payment through a pay link, or if you're entering a credit card on a document, it's going to create the cash receipt and auto apply them to the documents and close them out when they're full payments. Over here on the right, you can see include unapplied credit memos and include unapplied payments. So when you're doing a total outstanding amount process, we're going to evaluate that total amount. So if there are credit memos and unapplied payments, we're going to take that into account as well before processing that full amount for the documents. Frequency, there is a lot of information here that you can choose to how often you want the schedule to run. You could do once, it can be a specific day of the month, monthly, weekly, bi-weekly, semi-monthly, quarterly, yearly, or daily. In this case, for my TV subscription, I'm just going to leave it at a fixed amount of $50. It's going to run monthly, and I have this one set with an end date of December of 2026. All right, so we have that created. Let's validate it. It looks good. And now what I need to do is assign this to a customer. So I'm going to go out here and let's just choose, let's choose Greenwood. And I'm going to click OK. It says one auto pay plan is created. All right, so I need to make you aware of this. So you're probably wondering, where do you assign which credit card or which ACH profile gets used? Well, now you have to go into the customer plans and assign that. I don't need to go back in here, but if I go back, um, I'm going to go to the customer card. Actually, let's just go here. We'll go to customer plans, and you can see TV subscription. I need to open the subscription, and now I choose which payment profile I want to use. So if I click the lookup, you're going to see a list of payment profiles for Greenwood. They do have a default Visa here. I think we want to use that, so I'm going to click OK. And now at this point, I should be able to mark this as OK. I'll activate it. It is activated on Greenwood. If I back out now and go back to the customer, I'm not going to see that the payment is scheduled yet because the job queue is not going to automatically run. So I'm going to go out to job queue entries, and I'm going to go to my iPay job auto pay queue, and I'm going to run once in foreground. So now if I go back here to Greenwood, and if I go to iPayments, auto pay, payment schedules, I should see one here if I did it right. And it looks like it did work. So it did the 90-day look ahead, and it created two. So I said to start in June, so it created a July and an August. And those payments are going to process on the second and then third. And then if I go back to AutoPay and AutoPay plans, you can see here that it's the one that we had created and assigned. If you wanted to put on hold, you could at some point, you could cancel it, or you could come out here and then make adjustments to it. So that's all I've got here for the AutoPay. I hope you're excited about this one. I know I am. The developers and the product team worked really hard on this one. So again, reach out if you have questions. Thank you.